them come. This is their fate.
The next topic is that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 beta. Um,
Call of Booty. I'm not just fine.
yeah, Call of Duty just recently did the open beta for Xbox. I think it was been running for a while for PlayStation and early pre-orders, but not pre-ordering that game. Open beta just started on the Xbox, and I guess what are some thoughts? Because I don't want to start first because I don't want to sound like uh, I'm piling or something or
Man,
persuading. What's your thoughts, Jalen?
I'm finna persuade man if you ain't. Don't get that just like nah, I mean, just coming from somebody who spent a lot of time on Warzone, I ain't even gonna lie to you, I played a couple matches on Modern Warfare 2. Well we all did, but first off, I don't know why people were thinking it was gonna be similar to the original Modern Warfare 2. The game and story and stuff is just like it's in a different type of climate. It's a different character, it's just different everything. So I think they just using the name to try to boost this like clout. But just coming from somebody who was playing a lot of Warzone, um, and I haven't played a regular Call of Duty game in a while. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really enjoying it as much. I know we had talked a little bit about it. I don't really like the gunplay in the game. I feel like you said, the realism aspect, them
Mm-hmm.
trying to make it feel real. I never shot a gun before, so I don't know how they actually shoot, but I don't think you need to make everything super real to the point where the game not as fun, because you play a game for some fake aspects, right?
Yeah.
Um, so that, and then the movement in that game kind of weird. I guess they probably trying to stop people from slide dancing,
Yeah.
but because that's all Modern War. I mean, Warzone is a bunch of slide canceling. But it's just I do like to kill the death time or the kill time or whatever in the game, but I mean, it's just another standard Call of Duty, and they always taking out features and adding features and different things like that that might have been in previous games, but they removed it. So I don't know. I'm not enjoying it, but at the same time, I ain't enjoyed a lot of Call of Duty games that much. So I don't know. So I'm probably a little biased, I guess. But this coming from somebody who used to play Call of Duty a lot, I kind of fell off of it after Call of Duty Ghosts. I tried to get back into them every now and again, but they just don't stick. The last one that I actually enjoyed playing was the first Modern Warfare, though. That one was actually decent. The multiplayer was.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm not. I guess I'm not in that same camp of not liking the gameplay. I think it's fine. I think it's actually probably more readable in a lot of ways now that I've like. Unfortunately, the fact that when you play these games and you play these betas and you play these new games, you have to remember that um I mean, the fortunate thing about Call of Duty is that they give you a ton of options, right? So I went online and I was looking at Call of Duty stuff and I saw something on like our IGN article about changing some of your settings to kind of get the best experience out of Call of Duty. So I went through and I changed a lot of those settings, and I mean, obviously, I didn't go verbatim through everything because I mean, some of that stuff I didn't like the automatic sprint. I just don't like it because of how strong footsteps are, so I just did not turn that on. Certain other things like the sensitivity, I just felt like it was too much. But um, regardless, it's a ton of options in the thing, and you can turn off film grain, you can turn off blur motion, you can turn off blur motion on your gun, you can turn off vibration on your controller. So it after all those tweaks and the clarity came back, yeah, it became a better experience. As in like it felt arcadey again, as in like I'm just jumping around, doing crazy stuff, throwing tactical knives, and I'm moving quickly, and I can see what's going on. But at the same time, it kind of has that level of polish that I was looking for on a game that's not just going to rehash Modern Warfare 2, the original. I don't like new maps, especially when I feel like the lanes don't make sense. And a lot of the maps on this right now, it's really that's really the true issue. Is your map, your level design fun? I feel like once they started introducing um actual levels, like actual um elevations in their multiplayer maps, is really where I started to not lose interest, that I had to not only check my back, front, left, right, but I also got to check my elevations up and down. And it just felt like it was just too much to be flanked or to be seen through other ways. Does this possibly give you more avenues to use different types of weapons? Yes, but at the same time, Call of Duty is known for either shotgunning, SMGs, assault rifles, or sniping, going crazy with a sniper. I mean, there's no real reason to kind of mix it up to make it feel different. It's really the only true thing is to, I guess it's not, it's, you don't want to, fall into that 2K effect where you just stagnant and nothing actually ever changes. So I can't agree with, like, saying, for instance, them leaving stuff the same every year at every iteration, but I also don't agree with trying to break something and recreate something that don't need to be touched. I would rather it be a stronger showing on a stronger showing on map design, on layouts, maybe even tweaking the gun customization a little bit more. But regardless of what all those changes are, the core gameplay should still kind of feel the same. And I think it's just kind of starting to become a little bit more, I don't know, starting to become a little bit more um, out of place in a lot of different ways. I think when I say out of place, I'm just saying, like, there shouldn't be a reason for me to have to um, determine, like recoil in Modern Warfare was very like it was very standard. It was like, what Call of Duty recoil is. You don't got it. It's just not that much recoil. So that caused you to be able to find some. I guess it caused the guns to all feel the same, but at the same time, you felt like this sense of comfort that you was able to try different things and still kind of fill in that same box, or not have to deal with learning something new. I just think there is this learning curve that I don't know. I don't find enjoyable at times, because it just doesn't feel as if it's a true difference. It's just that they chose to make tweaks to certain things to cause it to kind of feel different, but it's truly not different. And I don't know. I think a lot of those things kind of build up over time. And if the your Modern Warfare, that's the one for me, at least, definitely the one that I played the most. If those are, you're going to be rehashing that, you need to find a way to make that feel as unique but the same as possible. And right now it's kind of is just blending into the other Call of Duties. It doesn't feel, and it doesn't give me that unique presence. It's not a bad game. It's just not that I need to play it. It's more of a, if it's there type of situation. Like, even if they were to like, there's no doubt in my mind, if they added all the old maps in that game would be super, super popular, because it doesn't matter if the maps were trash or good. You are familiar with those maps. You understand those maps. You understand those layouts, and you probably will just have a fun time revisiting that. So I would love to feel like I'm revisiting something in a new space. And it doesn't feel like I'm revisiting something. It feels like I'm trying something new. And that is what's causing the rift in the community, as well as just trying to get back into a Call of Duty game in general. Like, this is the one that would pull, if there was any Call of Duty, this will be the one to pull people back into a Call of Duty mindset and really show them what you've been working up towards since, I don't know, I stopped playing Call of Duty back when I was Modern Warfare 3. Yeah, I think I stopped playing Call of Duty in Modern Warfare 3 time. For me to stop and play like in between small ones like Black Ops, not really play them though, and then come back to this, um, it's just not enough. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there because I'm running too much. But what's your thoughts, Josh, on that Call of Duty?
Yeah, like y'all, I haven't played a Call of Duty game in a while. I think Ghost was the last one I bought. Other than playing Warzone with Jalen sometimes, I've been out of it. And that's because like Call of Duty was always an arcade shooter. Like if you go back to any of the old Call of Duty games past, like probably like Black Ops 2 and before, they're all arcade shooters. You just pick your perks, pick your guns, run in there, shoot each other for 10 minutes, and it's over. All the guns, they have recoil, but not really. Like Scar was a laser beam, the ACR, laser. Even the LMGs, they all shoot straight. So it's just was your preference of like how you want to set up. Do you want to sit in the back? Do you want to run and gun? Do you want to slide around and drop shot? And that's what people liked about it. Like you can just jump in and literally like waste your whole day playing just because it was just so fast and addictive. The newer games have their own things going on, but like Modern Warfare and this one, personally, I feel like I don't know. I didn't like Modern Warfare, the last one that came out that much, just because like it was different. After playing Warzone, like I can still feel the Call of Duty-ness in it, but I liked those new mechanics in a new game mode, which was the Warzone. I still didn't like it in the confines of like a Call of Duty map. Um, Same thing with this one. I think the game feel, like the gunplay, I haven't delved too deep in it, but it felt a little different than Warzone. It kind of felt like at least aim down sights, I felt like was a little more what I was used to from the older games.
Yeah.
But all the recoil and your character is like a 300-pound person, they can barely move. That part I didn't like about it. So it's in a weird spot where it's not arcadey enough and it's not like simulation enough, like you playing some, weird ass sim game. I don't know. I feel like it'll find its audience. People will play it even if they complaining about it all the time. And then when Warzone 2 drops, that's when it'll just hit its stride because these new mechanics feel better in a Warzone map. Because like with you being slow and the map being big, you have to be more thoughtful about your movements and how you're getting around, and don't run out in the middle of the street because you're gonna get sniped. Whereas that's not what you have to worry about in the normal maps, and
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I don't like the maps either. Like that one map with the rock that people kept climbing up. Like,
Yeah, bro.
this is
That
dumb.
was stupid. Such a stupid map. Like it was such a bad like design of a map. Like I remember
Call of Duty
when
should just be, or at least the multiplayer should be just three basic ass lanes, like every other shooter. Like every Destiny map is just three lanes.
yeah,
Maybe they got one top area, but it's like this map has three, four-ish lanes, and you got multiple top areas, and then you got this like balcony where you can snipe people on the other side, and it's like you're
wow.
kind of doing too much trying to serve everybody, and the map flow is just weird. You're just gonna have people camping in different areas, and some
Yeah,
areas
that's what
just
they
like
do.
kill zones.
They
So
just creep behind a corner, bro. It's like so many corners in that game. I just like I'm so sick of running into a room and somebody's just camping in the corner. It's just like it's like you have to now play. And I don't know if this has been the norm since these games came out. I just never liked playing corners. Like there was very distinct corners in like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 that I would remember like distinctly now, okay, I know I have to kind of check this corner out before I'm up in here. But there's like the desks, the stuff in the rooms, the stuff that they can hide behind. They have little crates and stuff. Like there's so many different things now you have to check and make sure. And then, you know how Call of Duty has like a very flat skew for colors. It kind of makes everything blend in together. So sometimes it's like a little bit more hard to kind of pick people out. Where
Even in the old games, I feel like with campers, I'm gonna just take a rocket RPG and run in the room and shoot the ground. And it's like, well, now the new games is gonna take you 10 seconds to load that mug to fire.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, come on, fam. And then,
Dude,
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that rocket not even gonna kill him in the new games, bro. Like people,
Nope.
it's
They be up in that mug with the hardened, or I don't know what the heck they be having on, but they definitely don't be dying. And then when you
after
like
Modern Warfare 2, they just changed all that, like explosive damage and stuff. It just got real weird. Like they just, I don't know, bro. Like whether you can't throw a grenade
You
at the
gotta
side of the
have
map,
like if they have a
or
explosive perk, you gotta have that one if you want to kill somebody.
now Modern Warfare 2 now, like I mean, I felt like I was dying from more explosives, which is good because if I'm dying from explosives, I can kill people with explosives. So I did feel like there was times, and they weren't just trip mines; they were actually grenades. Obviously, there's still a delay on them, so you got to cook them. But I can run away because I got. If you have on automatic sprint, you probably can get away from them. But again, there's
Can
an
I kill somebody
advantage.
with a javelin?
I don't know about a javelin, dude. I mean, I don't even think they have it in the game right now. I'm not sure. To be
Oh yeah,
honest.
I mean, you know, they got new guns, but
Yeah. But yeah, that it feels as if they're trying to take strides to make it familiar, but they want to make sure that it doesn't feel super samey. So it's like this weird space, like Josh said, where it's not simulation, but it's not arcade either. So it's like this middle ground that kind of Call of Duty is taking up, and it's just not. It's not fun. And I
there's
think
nothing wrong with being samey though. That's the thing. Like if you have a solid formula, like you mentioned before, like if it works, don't break it. Like I don't understand why they just can't make it similar to how they did in Modern Warfare. It's a continuation of Modern Warfare from 2019. Like why not make it similar to that? The problem with Modern Warfare, it wasn't the gunplay or none of that stuff. Biggest issue was the maps in that game. Like clearly they had bad maps and stuff, but other than that, man, they I don't know, they keep trying to change too much stuff, and that's not always a good thing. So
no, I agree. I think I don't know how to hit that stride because you know Apex feels like Titanfall, but Titanfall was totally different, and it was like things. It was like legit things that made that game different. Like the whole Titan thing. The Titans made it different, but the gameplay, the fighting, the actual shooting, very similar. Like, and that is what I call that's what I call evolution. Like that is taking something that's the same but creating a different space for it. And Call of Duty did that with Warzone. I just don't feel like it's ever done it with their standalone multiplayer. Like I don't know if they want to try to do that or if it's like they can't just rehash it, put it back to where it was, and leave it as it is. Because at the end of the day, they had the winning formula all these years. Warzone is where they can, evolve, and then they can kind of do another spinoff, maybe some 3v3 action where it's not tied to, I don't know, whatever the case may be. They can also do like I think it was called in Modern Warfare, they had a mode where it was just you and the other team and you had to kill them, and that was, I forget what it's called, but it was like 2v2s or whatever, and that was still fun. It was okay, and it wasn't bad. It's just that it had the lanes that you wanted to kind of play on. You had the like 3 lanes, and you just wanted to you had to make sure you were moving accordingly. But overall, it was readable. I think that readability is really important, and I think Apex kind of nails it when it comes to that, and being able to kind of just be able to understand and see someone and know what they're capable of, but also what they may have, and you hearing their sounds. And like, I think over time, uh, strong weapons and the ability to kind of have that recognition and be recognizable isn't super important. But the way that they run their cycles is that they're always ever changing. So it just feels as if it's all over the place all the time, and it just doesn't have any cohesion, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think for the longest time it's because they had three or more different developers,
Yeah.
all with like different ideas. Like
Mm-hmm.
some will let you, drop shot, or it's like Treyarch, no, you can't drop shot. You got to do the dolphin dive,
Mm-hmm.
and then just it didn't really have a full. I mean, it was Call of Duty, but they didn't have a consistent approach to fix like these issues that kind of like not ruin the game, but it really messed with like the meta and how people play it. So now we're at a point where it's kind of like weird where they don't want to let you do anything, but people still find a way to get around that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
At least there's only 2 developers now.
Yeah,
I think, or something like that.
I think it's
But
only
yeah,
I think what's name Sledgehammer got rid of, right? It's just Infinity
they're
Ward
still they still exist, but I think they're just a smaller
support.
part of
Yeah.
yeah.
So
They like,
Treyarch,
I think they do something like a campaign, or you know what I'm saying, just something, a small
yeah,
part of
Mhm.
your game or whatever.
yeah, which is fine because who needs another Advanced Warfare? Um, no, I don't think Sledgehammer did Advanced Warfare. Did they? Did Sledgehammer?
I think they
Uh,
do.
Yeah,
they
they did.
they
They did.
did Advanced Warfare. They didn't do. I don't think they did Infinite Warfare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Infinity Warfare. I think that was Infinity Ward
Yeah, not
or
great
Raven,
either.
whatever they call it. I don't know.
Um, but yeah, I don't want to spend too much on that. But yeah, overall, if you familiar with Call of Duty, you might enjoy it. But just trust me, the maps aren't the greatest. There are a few that stand out, but then most of the time, there's just too many lanes and too many ways to kind of. And I understand that people are just going to camp a lane, but the amount of different transitional places and like locations that connect with another that are in the game is a little too much. I just need it to be a little bit more minimized.